In the last 2 months, over 250 million views.
Subscribers have you gotten?
1.2 million.
Starting from basically nothing?
Yeah. It's very simple. The first thing you should look at is searching for a good niche to get into. I would literally just spend hours on YouTube scrolling shorts, see what's being recommended to me. And I would also go into incognito. So I get recommended the best and most engaging content and just watch hours of shorts. If I find a viral short and I'm like, I could recreate this, I would then go onto the channel. And if I see that that was their only viral short and then every other short has like, a few thousand views, then that's probably not a good niche to get into. But then if I go into their channel and every single video is constantly hitting like millions of views, then that's something I'd consider. I probably wouldn't get into a niche where there's more than 5 really big creators with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers who are hitting millions of views. You want to compete with the biggest, not the people that have hundreds of subscribers. It took me around a few months of studying shorts while also posting my own shorts and trying to put in new things that I have learned from watching other people's shorts into my newer shorts. Yeah, it doesn't have to be hours. Even if you're just scrolling like 10 minutes a day, maybe, that would probably get you there. You wouldn't. If you're entering a new niche and your competitors are like obviously hitting millions of views or even hundreds of thousands and you're not yet, what you're aiming to do is create videos that could be posted onto your competitors' channels and no one would realize. Like the quality is the same. I have to make it unique so it's not like completely directly copying, but I will almost create the exact same short but in my style. And you probably see it a lot, like thousands of people copying Mr. Beast, and there's even like hundreds of people trying to copy me using similar titles or just general ideas or using the same phrases or words within their videos. You just want to look at their short, what they've titled it, and slightly change it. When I first started, I directly copied my competitors. I would look at their latest videos, what they're titled, how long they were, for how fast paced they were, and also how recently they posted those videos. And I compare them to the amount of views they got. You will notice why that video went viral, and you sort of just want to replicate that video, whether it's the idea or editing style. I take the best parts from their channels and then start thinking of ideas for my own shorts. Go to 5 of your competitors' channels, look at their most viral videos and take bits and pieces from all of them to create your own video, which has a really high chance of going viral. So sometimes I'll go ahead and literally just take their most viewed video, I'll copy their script, and then I'll replace all their content with my own, but it's still following the same formula. It sort of gave me an understanding of how to create these viral sort of concepts and ideas. So if you're a beginner, if you have only a few hundred subscribers or even a few thousand, directly copying some of the top creators can actually be very beneficial. And over time, your style will sort of just develop and you'll adapt in your own way, being extremely unique and completely different to everyone else. These days, it's almost impossible. There's most likely someone who's already done it before. So in a way, you're always gonna be like the second person to do it. You're never gonna be completely original. And I create a short. Obviously, you need the hook, which should be around 2 to 5 seconds. And then you should explain a bit more so viewers understand what they're watching and why they should continue watching. So in the hook, you want something unexpected, whether it's weird, funny, or just doesn't really make sense. Then you sort of want to get onto revealing to them why they should watch the short, like what they're going to see at the end, like sort of hint at what's going to happen, but don't exactly reveal it to them. So they'll want to stay till the end. Then you want to deliver, because if you don't, then they'll just scroll away and they'll be unhappy. They're not going to like your video and they're not going to want to comment either. You'd probably see it in Mr. Beast shorts. You sort of see the first second something crazy happens, and then obviously by the end of the video he delivers and it's exactly what's said in the title, and it was genuinely interesting where people would want to stay and watch until the end. Even if you're not getting millions of views, chances are you've probably gotten like 10,000 views on one of your videos, but every other video gets like 500 views. You did something in that 10,000 view video that got you that 10,000 views, and you want to find out what that thing was and then replicate it in every video that you post in the future. For shorts, generally just fast-paced things tend to do a lot better than kind of slow. So with your voiceover, you want to be talking fast or speed it up in your editing software. You just look at other shorts and how fast the pacing is, is like where every cut is, how often they transition into a new scene. Are they talking for longer than 5 seconds without switching the visual part of the screen? And you want to apply the same to your video. Even if you're in like the gaming niche or something, you can look at cooking or something and you just look at how often the screen transitions into something else and you just apply that into your own video. Say there's like a amount you should have, but I probably wouldn't keep something on the screen for like longer than 5 seconds. So one sentence should be shorter than 5 seconds. One of them could probably be longer, but it has to be a good sentence. It has to be something that provides value and will keep the viewer listening. In terms of length of time, my videos are generally around 40 to 50 seconds. I just looked at my competitors and looked at their most viral videos and they just happened to be that long. I just emulated that. I made my voiceover that long and just a general video that long because that's what was working for my competitors. The other day, I was actually on the bus and I was watching a guy scroll YouTube Shorts and one of my videos popped up on his screen. He wasn't wearing headphones or anything, so he was obviously just reading the captions that were on the screen, and if there were no captions, he would have just scrolled straight past my video. Captions on the video are extremely important. You want nice, bold, big font, and you preferably want all caps so it's easier to read. And then another thing I do is I often encourage people to comment on my videos. When they're commenting, the video is still playing in the background for them. Even if they're just reading a bunch of other people's comments, the video may replay like 2 or 3 times until they finish reading all the comments and they decide to scroll away. So they've just given you like 200-300% average view duration. I have specific ways in which I get my viewers to comment for my videos. You just have to act like you don't know the answer to something. Say something simple or easy that should make sense to you, but you act like you don't understand it. Then people will often want to go to the comments to like, not say you're stupid, but like they just want to prove you wrong and say like, oh, you're wrong, this is wrong, and this is right. So that's quite a good tactic sometimes. Or you can say something that's wrong. So if you say incorrect information, that gets a lot of comments as well, because people are just like, oh, that doesn't make sense, you're wrong, because they just want to point it out. It's just something people like doing. So that's one thing. Another thing is a lot of the time saying something funny will make people go straight to the comments and point that out, like, oh, there's this funny point at 30 seconds of the video, which I find interesting. Like, it's just like a random funny line. It can be a word or two and people will not notice that and point that out in the comments and laugh about it. So I leave 1 or 2 funny things, generally around after the first sentence. Then I'll have maybe 2 more sentences and then another joke or call to action. So like a comment or a subscribe thing. It will get you a lot of subscribers as well, like a lot more than if you don't ask for that. Don't really focus on tags, descriptions, and hashtags and things like that. I don't really think about that. My videos go viral without me thinking about that stuff. It's just best to focus on quality and idea of video. I think the biggest mistake is people often stick to their videos and the way they create them, and they just keep doing that and they don't try to adapt or improve. So you always want to try and make your videos better and better. So if you are posting in a niche where you're on a few thousand subscribers or even a few hundred, and you're trying to emulate someone who has 100,000 subscribers and gets like hundreds of thousands of views per video, and you post 10 videos that you think are of the same quality or similar, or it's the same style of video, and you don't even get like one viral one, you are doing something wrong. And the best thing to do in that moment is to directly compare your video compared to their video. So how long it is, how long each sentence is, how often you transition, even just the title of the video, the music you're using, the style of captions, all these tiny things. Everyone's aware that they should be good, but their competitors are always doing these things better than them if they're not getting the same result. So you're always aiming for quality. It could just be the video or audio quality. So if you don't have a very good voiceover because you don't have a mic or you're not using a particularly good phone, then that could just be the issue. Some people may not be able to afford better gear for their content, which is understandable, but I guess that's the first thing you should look at improving. If that's something that's different, if your competitors have like crystal clear audio and yours is really choppy, then that's probably the biggest thing that's setting you back. If you follow everything that I've said and it's the same quality, if not even better, that video should go viral. And if it doesn't, then I don't know, because it just has to. It's like really that simple. It can take time sometimes, so maybe you won't get a million views on the first day. I've had a few videos of mine that were on like 20,000 views, and they suddenly spiked up to 2 million views after like a month. But it should give you results pretty quickly. I'd say I'd make around 5 to 10 videos, and if you haven't gone viral by then, you might have just chosen the wrong niche, and I'd just start looking for a new niche again using the same tactics that I